Good morning, everybody, and welcome to lecture number 9. Oh man, it's the week before spring break. Sensei Albright, what are you going to do? Don't make me use my break to work. I won't. So, bring up the syllabus here. As you can see, week 9 has nothing due in it. And over spring break, there's nothing due. So, you may ask, well, Sensei Albright, what are we going to be doing this week? And to that, I would say, watch the lecture video. Uh, so, um, the things that we're doing these past couple of weeks, the CFP choice, and moving up to the quote burgers that we're going to be learning about when you get back from break, are events that are leading up to creating our MRAB papers. So please, take a look at the assignment description. Take a look at your CFP. Make sure that you're responding to that CFP as you're beginning to think about the kinds of research that you need to do in order to begin completing that research paper. The research paper will be 15 pages or more. So if that's something that's scary to you, you should start working on finding sources and things like that right now. We'll talk more about it as the time gets closer, but I wanted to give everybody a heads up that that's what's going on. So for this week's prompts, I have 3 prompts for you. But before I share with you the prompts, I want to share with you 2 video clips. All right. So the first one.
I'm what? I'm being your goddamn slave is what I'm being, man. Now, we made a deal here.
So?
So you're supposed to teach and I'm supposed to learn, remember? For 4 days I've been busting my ass. I haven't learned a goddamn thing.
You learned plenty.
I learned plenty. I learned how to sand your decks, maybe. I wax your car, paint your house, paint your fence. I learned plenty, right?
Not everything is as simple.
Oh, bullshit. I'm going home, man.
Daniel-san! Daniel-san!
What?
Come here. Show me sand the floor.
I can't move my arm, all right? What are you doing? What are you... Ow! Ow, what are you doing?
Now show me sand the floor.
How did you do that?
Shut up!
Sand the floor.
Hey, stand up. Show me sand the floor. Sand the floor. Sand the floor. Big sucker, sand the floor. Sand the floor. Yes. Now show me wax on, wax off. Hey.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. Hey, wax on, hot. Wax off, hot. Concentrate. Look at my eye. Like a hand. Thumb inside. Wax on, hot. Wax off, hot. Wax on, hot. Wax off, hot. Wax on. Wax off. Push. Show me paint the fence. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Other side. Look eye. Always look eye. Show me paint the house. Side, side. Knock wrist. Side, side. Side, side. Yes. Show me wax on, wax off. Yak! 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 Show me paint the fence. Yak! 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 Show me side to side. Yak! 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 Show me sand or floor. Yak! 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 Hush. Stop! Oi. Look, I always look, I come back tomorrow.
All right. So in this clip, from the Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid, Daniel-san, the kid, um, is upset because he doesn't understand why Miyagi is making him do sort of these chores. And so he yells at him. He says, you're making me your slave. I wanted you to teach me to fight so I can defend myself. And Miyagi has been teaching him to fight, but he's been teaching him to defend himself first. So he teaches him by giving him muscle memory. And over that time, he creates this this training regimen that Daniel-san doesn't know that he's engaging in, but that nonetheless has helped him. And this is the scene where Daniel-san finally figures out, okay, I need to trust Miyagi. So I show that to my students because oftentimes it's sort of hard to understand why we do what we do in class. Things like the quote burgers and finding a CFP, those don't feel like meaningful exercises sometimes. Things like doing these writing prompts don't feel like don't feel like useful exercises sometimes, but they are. And even when it's not clearly visible right away why we do some of the things that we do, it is nonetheless something that I've worked toward understanding and have shown to be useful for many different classes of students. So I ask you to come on a journey with me, a la Miyagi, and to trust that I don't ask you to do anything for busy work, but rather that the things that I ask you to do, ask you to practice things that will make you better at writing. And that's all I'm after. All right? So I have one more clip that I want to show you. This is from the movie Rudy. All right. So in this scene, Rudy, who has been going to community college in an effort to become eligible to attend Notre Dame, um, is receiving the letter to determine if he will be admitted to Notre Dame at the end of his eligibility, essentially. Uh, so it's something that he's wanted to do his whole life. He's wanted to play football for Notre Dame for his whole life. His father idolizes Notre Dame football. Uh, and in the scene, he finally gets the letter that says he can attend Notre Dame. Um, and this is something that when I was a child watching this movie, um, it made me sort of feel the gravity of the decision to go to college, right? The It made me feel like Rudy, who I related to on a very high level, if he could get into Notre Dame, then college might also be for me. Uh, and it was a very powerful scene for me as a child. So I have 3 prompts this week. I want you to think about your academic journey thus far. Have there been any twists or turns? What has it felt like to be on your academic journey? And consider the clips from today. Does anything feel similar to that journey that Daniel-san or that Rudy have gone on? For this, really just sort of dig into your personal academic history, and I want you to sort of unearth the dramatic events that have you've undergone in this, whether that's getting your letter to NDSU or uh, graduating high school or some sports victory or when you finally decided what major you were going to be. Just sort of dig into your academic history and consider how your journey relates to either Daniel-san or Rudy or both. For the second prompt, I want you to think about the music that underscores each of those clips. Uh, the music is designed to raise the drama of each of those scenes. So I want you to create a playlist and send me the link along with a description of what life events that playlist is narrating uh, and what it might be underscoring. So, say if you were thinking of 3 life events, maybe you've got 5 to 10 songs that underscore those life events for you and maybe the memories of them. I'd like to see that playlist and a description of what's going on in the playlist. And if you want, you can just create a YouTube playlist, and then your descriptions could be descriptions underneath the video, right? I don't know how all of you are at descriptions and videos or YouTube for that matter, but that's a way that you could do that. You could also send me a Spotify playlist and just describe it to me. So for number 3, I want you to talk about your plans for break. Just tell me, are you planning to travel? Are you planning to stay home? What do you plan to do? Are you playing video games all break? Uh, what do you plan to do during break? Just describe it to me. Don't tell me about anything illegal. uh, and then that's it for the prompts. But I do want you to check in over break, um, because I may post things that will allow you to get ahead over break, because I know that's something that people would value uh, in from this class, if I gave the opportunity to get ahead. Those of you who aren't caught up, please do get caught up over break. Um, those of you who are right with me, congratulations. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, have a happy week and have an excellent break. There will be no lecture next Monday because next Monday will be during break. So, I hope to see you on the other side of that for lecture 10. See ya. Oops, wrong one. For some reason, the QuickTime logo and the Steam logo are always similar to me.